Where is the patient? Let's be honest, this wasn't your dream job. Before studying medicine as a doctor's apprentice, for some time you were a barber surgeon providing simple care to the poorest of society. Now, with the outbreak of the Italian plague, you have been hired by the city of Venice to help contain the disease. The city provides you with food, lodging, and even a conditional salary paid if you do not abandon it in its time of need. The job is not easy, and in the brief moments of respite, you often wonder if the pay is worth risking your own life to treat others. For now, your duty awaits. Before you step inside a single house, you have to suit up. Some believe the plague spreads through touch, so you start with undergarments, then layer on leather breeches and heavy boots to shield your legs. Every piece is tucked tightly into the next. Over that, you wear a long overcoat, sealed with animal fats, wax, or oils to block the so-called bad air and keep bodily fluids from seeping through. Next come the leather gloves. Then the beaked mask, stuffed with perfumes, spices, and good-smelling herbs like lavender or mint. The leading theory is that the plague is caused by poisoned air, or miasma, and surrounding yourself with pleasant smells might keep it at bay. The beak itself is about half a foot long. It acts as both a crude filter and a visual warning, a sign that death follows close behind. Your wide-brimmed hat marks you as a doctor, and should, in theory, earn you some respect and safe passage. The cane you use is not for walking. It's for poking at the sick from a distance, or nudging corpses without using your hands. Finally, you grab your tool bag. Inside, blades, tongs, scissors, and syringes. All the crude instruments you'll need to treat the dying. Only now you are ready to face the streets of Venice and its plague-stricken communities. The plague is a nightmare for anyone unfortunate enough to contract it. It incubates quickly, ravaging the body and leaving it severely weakened. Painful swellings known as buboes begin to form, typically under the arms and around the groin. These can grow to the size of an apple before rupturing, leaving behind raw, festering wounds. Strangely, your main duty as a plague doctor isn't to cure the afflicted, because once someone falls ill, there's little that can be done. Your role is to ease their suffering, contain the spread, and meticulously document the disease's grim progress. You record symptoms, count the dead, issue certificates. Sometimes you're even called upon to witness a dying person's attempt to record their will. You go door to door, checking in on those locked in quarantine. When you do treat someone, the methods are crude. Bloodletting with leeches or lancing buboes with heated knives. Ineffective, perhaps, but it's all you have. To stop the spread, you encourage those nearby to surround themselves with fragrant herbs and oils, hoping the pleasant scents will ward off the deadly miasma. Will it work? You don't know. All you can do is try. Besides house visits, the city sometimes sends you to pest houses, primitive hospitals packed with the infected. You're expected to examine, treat, and perhaps offer spiritual comfort. You do your best, which isn't saying much. Religious fervor rises during these times. Flagellants roam the countryside, whipping themselves to atone for sin. Animals, such as cats and dogs, are killed en masse, while others blame foreigners and beggars for the plague. Scapegoating is common and dangerous, so you keep your head down. Nevertheless, you are one of the lucky ones, as the city lent you a house to live in. You eat alone, sleep alone, and stay away from others. While maybe you'd like to experience the comfort of companionship in the off hours, people usually tend to stay away from you. Some plague doctors are locked in at night, guarded like criminals, so they don't ditch the city that pays them. Others are housed just outside city walls, treated like a necessary evil. Your food is brought to you. You're often paid in goods or promises. Full payment usually comes at the end of the outbreak, assuming there is one, and you live to see it through. To keep your sanity, you might write letters to family back home. Letters filled with hope or despair, but often both. Today, I visited 10 homes. 3 were already silent. In one, a dying man offered me his last coin if I would stay and hold his hand as he passed. I did. I can still feel its weight, not the coin, but the hand. The plague strikes with cruel speed. A woman I saw just yesterday, bringing soup to the poor, slipped away in the quiet hours of the night, a life extinguished without warning. Your reputation is complicated. To many, you're not a savior, you're a warning. If you appear on their street, it means death has already come for someone nearby. Children cry, priests keep their distance. You're often met with suspicion, even hostility. The role carries a stigma, fueled by less scrupulous plague doctors who charge extra for ineffective treatments, deepening public distrust. In some places, people believe plague doctors don't just witness death, they bring it. Among the more superstitious, you're accused of poisoning wells, spreading disease, or consorting with dark forces. These are the extremes, of course. But you know how fragile trust becomes in times of plague. During the Black Death in Strasbourg, fear led to massacres that wiped out entire communities. You carry that knowledge with you, looking for signs if history may want to repeat itself here. You rarely work with others. Other doctors have fled or died. Nurses, often nuns or volunteers, are overrun. Sometimes gravediggers are the only company you have. If you do meet another plague doctor, it's a rare moment. You nod. Maybe exchange advice, then part. You don't want to linger. Neither of you can afford it. Sometimes your only companion is the sound of your own breath, filtered through a mask soaked in vinegar and herbs. Weeks pass, then months. The city quiets. Not in a peaceful way, but in a hollowed-out, emptied way. Streets once loud with commerce are now filled only with crows as the death toll rises with each passing day. You try to keep records of it. What symptoms they showed, where it started, where it spread. You try to trace the pattern. It's a futile effort so far, but you believe in its importance. Each day you are passing a new pile of corpses dumped outside the city walls, waiting to be burned. One evening, after a long day battling death itself, you return home drained. You remove your hat, then the mask, your gloves, and finally the heavy coat. You clean each piece carefully as always, inspecting for damage. That's when it hits you, like a blow to the chest, a tear in the coat, and worse, in the undergarments beneath. Panic sets in. You strip everything off and search your skin for signs. It's too late. This day will mark the beginning of the end. Of your work, your purpose, and sadly, your life. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe for more. See you next time.